front side hip, yo, going through, yepa, and then slappy on top, yep, hopla, and then flip to fakie, oh. Yepa. Welcome to the Olympic of the DIY of the under the bridge. We are under the bridge in Grenoble, in the center of Grenoble, where with Elliott we started DIY 10 years ago. Starting to do a little connection between the ground and the Jersey barrier, and now it ended up like this. Now the city is just giving us some money every year and we can extend. Yeah, I mean, it's a dream that came true, and I think every DIY scene would dream the same, to have like a legal support from the city. We start here because we want to skate a spot, and to skate you need to take a car, and it was getting a bit annoying to always drive to go skate, so at some point we just choose this spot. But it was actually sketchy because it's in between the police station and the city station. Both of them don't really like that you don't ask before building something, but at the end they all support us, so we're good. I say now, every time we build, there is like a team of like 15-20 people that always come to help us. And the family is growing and it's always getting a bit bigger every project. I think this year we would keep doing this way, and then yeah, afterward we would do the whole way up. Yeah?
Que mucho tú me amaste, no puedes ni llamarme. Esto tú lo empezaste, ya perdimos de control. No quiero saber de más, prefiero matarme que volver a enamorarme. Me envolví y perdí, hoy me toca a mí, mañana te toca a ti. Que conmigo ya no podemos ni hablar. Después que te comía te venía, qué ironía. Bueno, así es la vida, buscando el amor a uno se le van los días. Tú que eras mi novia, hoy no eres ni mi amiga. Oye Paulina, dame otro tequila. Ya perdimos el control, no quiero saber de amor, prefiero matarme que volver a enamorarme.
It's where we live. And this I really love it. That's the best view. Yeah, it really looks like Lord of the Ring. Yeah, it's a good 360 to do, huh? Mountain, like real 360 around you. Officially, it's not legal to live here. I can't really explain why, but for us, it works to live here. No one is saying anything. That's the little kitchen that we made. That's the dry toilet over there, but I don't think you need to do a zoom. We live like 10 kilometers away from the center of Grenoble. I'm living here for 10 years now. It's a friend that offered me to stay here for a very small rent. I'm living here with a group of 9 persons. It's all friends. We are kind of a big, unique family. It's not only skateboard, it's just friends that I know for a while. There's a small fountain with few fish inside. little garden that my roommate is taking care of. And that's a beautiful cut of the land. She works for 10 years and it doesn't feel that we have that much problem, that much trouble with each other. And it's pretty rare, I guess. People really, after 10 years sometimes, they just hate each other, you know what I mean? But for us here, everything is pretty okay, you know, it's pretty smooth. But I think also it's because we all understand that it's a very unique space and it's a big chance that we have. It looks nice, huh? I think I want this on tattoo. I would say the biggest challenge of living this lifestyle is just to accept to not live as someone normal. When you coming into your apartment, everything is working well. Here we need to have wood for the oven. If you want water, you have to bring water. Me, I'm the lucky one because I have a roof, so I can collect the water from the rain. Then I have a storage. And then we can use this water for shower and for washing dishes. There's things to take care of and it's not easy every day. But to me, it's all you have to do is this, all you have to work a lot to pay the bills. And I choose to not pay the bills. It's way less stress than need to have a job working 9 to 5. I would not be able to come back on the classic life because we kind of live the dream here now to be a bit outside of the world. You're not connecting to water, you're not connecting to power. You make everything by your own and you also control a bit more all of the energy that you're using. I'm not spending 20 minutes on the shower because I'm collecting the water from the rain, so I know what I'm consuming. And I feel sometimes when you are in an apartment, you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm paying whatever I'm paying, you know. Hey, pigeon. Look where you work. Take care, it's a bit bright. So we collect water from this roof, coming in there. Then the water is going inside those tanks. Then this is a shower. So we would pump the water from the tank here with this pump that's connected to solar panel. Then the water would go in the heater, and then when you press on the electricity, then you have a hot shower. And then you have a hot shower with view on the miniramp, and that's very nice. What I like the most that this costs actually 2 times this bottle of gas per year for 4 people to shower. So it's like $140, something like this per year for 4 people. Shower shot, okay? That's the 4 solar panel that I use. Funny story is that those solar panel was recycled from a company. They throw it away. So a friend of mine just took it and gave it to me. But this was 10 years ago and this was already used for maybe already 10 years. So they are like, it's very old solar panels, but so far they works and there's no need to change. So it's good. And all of this energy is going inside those batteries. And that's one of the biggest costs I have here. But this is actually the electric system for 2 houses. In total, maybe I spent like 3,000 euros on it, but I'm living with it since years, and it could turn for like at least 15 years more. I mean, what I enjoy the most is probably also to live on a quiet space. I don't hear cars, I don't hear people. Like somehow here sometimes it's hard because you get stuck, because it's so nice to stay here. Like there is no reason now why we would go to the city to have a drink, you know, because there is 9 nice people here, there is a table, there is drinks here. Why should you go in the street? So sometimes, yeah, you get stuck, you know, it's just too good. I'm almost sure that this is the kind of shot you like to have. Sometimes it can be a bit tough too to live here. Sometimes you're lazy to collect your water. Sometimes you would just love to be connected. It is what it is. For me, by not spending money on too much shit and not spending money on rent and alcohol and stuff like that, what I like to is to buy only biologic food and vegetables that grow from the neighbor, and I like to spend money on good stuff, you know, on good foods. And that's, I would say, for sure my biggest spending in my life is food. I like to have like 4 plants of tomato every summer just for fun, but that's it. I'm not really into growing vegetables. If you want to grow your own vegetables and stuff for 9 people, like, yeah, for sure you need a lot of water. Tour is pretty classic. Yeah. Just tell yourself. A tour here, yeah. That's it. Big tour. It was a big tour. Yeah, it's pretty small. We live at 2 people here. It's pretty tight on the winter for sure. But hey, we have to say, like on the summer, when you go outside, you have 3,000 meters square more. So we're not really inside as soon as it's sunny outside. It's for sure a small space, but I love it like this because somehow it's way less things to take care of compared to a big house. Like, it's less cleaning. You have to take care of really less things. But yeah, I also understand that it's nice to have space, and sometimes I'm thinking of it for sure. But I'm still not at the end of this lifestyle. That's the way to make everything warm. It was the one of my mom actually. When she was born, her bed was close to this oven, so she actually really liked to bring this oven here, and I'm super stoked to use it every day, and I'm thinking of my mom every time. Shelf for the books, for sure. A lot of cameras, plants that not really happy at the moment. A nice view, that for sure. What I like the most is straight from my bed, I can see this view. Almost every morning there is always animals around here, so it's kind of like a zoo. Very lucky small bastard that I am. Then that's the only space I have for my clothes. So yeah, it's not that big. And my girlfriend put all of her clothes on this kind of things. This is the whole way through. And that's it. We did the whole turnaround. Huh? Didn't do much than skateboarding in my life and building skate parks. I am involved in the association Wonders Around the World that's building skate park for countries that don't have any skate parks. And we did around 25 in the last 8 years. I think it started a while ago when I get kicked out from the school. And then I've been working with my dad on construction, renovating old houses. That's how I come into building. Then I was skateboarding teacher for 5 years, and then at some point I just want to try something else. I start traveling, and then I traveled to Asia, and I met those people that was building a skate park in Nepal. When I saw that, it just flipped my mind, like, oh, okay, so we can actually build our own playground for people that don't have any. And it makes a lot of sense because we all know how important it is to have a skate park to meet your friends, meet new people, have a place to stay. Like, more than a skate park, it's like place that's used for a lot of people. So yeah, creating space where people can exchange and stuff, for me it's a big value. So then I just keep doing this for 3 years with different NGO. And then at some point I met this super nice guy, his name's Josh. And Josh has the idea when we are building a skate park in Syria to make this NGO named Wonders Around the World. And then he ran it for 2 years very well. And at some point he need to focus on something else in his life. So yeah, he just give me a call like to take this over. And then since that I'm just like keep doing project, and it's kind of like do nice things for people. It make you feel very good, you know. So I just keep doing this. And now there is more and more people getting involved, and it's getting nicer and nicer because the structure is getting way stronger. With Wonders, we already built in Pakistan, Nigeria, Togo, Morocco, Nicaragua, Colombia, Timor Islands, Maldives, a lot of countries for sure. So we don't do programming after the project, so we don't stay there giving skate classes and stuff, so we give the skate parks to the community. I mean, now we have social media, so it's very easy for us to see that, oh, okay, like people are skating a lot there and everything looks very fine and it's good, you know. It's pretty tough sometimes when you live in the middle of Africa and there's not much opportunity sometimes to have fun. There is not even a football field. So when there is skateboards that's coming to you, on this kind of condition, yeah, for sure, is somehow your life changed for a moment. That's how I grew up. To like spend time on my board was something very unique that I really like to, and then this I really like to give it to people. Yeah, I guess at some point, if no one would call us anymore because there is no help needed, we would stop it and it would be fine. There would be no problems because we don't have any profit or benefit out of it. So the end of Wonder would not be something bad, you know. That would actually be a good news. That means people are motivated to build their own thing, they get enough knowledge and they get enough money to do things. The best way to support Wonders now is just to go to in our new website, and there is a whole donation system that's very easy to understand.
Right. I'm Elliott Offray. I'm living in Grenoble, doing some skating for 20 years, doing concrete for almost 8, something like this. Yeah, it's my job to pour concrete skate parks, and also being part of Wonders Around the World since it's been created. And now we are in Champagny, and this is where we live in Grenoble, in this nice land. Such a different way of living, to be living in a van, and to just somehow it's so much comfort, because people think you're on the road, but I'm always on the road. I'm not even used to do a backpack anymore when I go in holidays, because I always move with all my stuff. I have everything. I have all my tools. I have all my clothes, all my computers and everything. So it's just a good thing. It's kind of feel like an endless holiday trip, for sure, but like where you still do stuff. So it's really nice. I had a small apartment back in the day, and I have this van for like 6 years, but I think I live in for like 3.5 years, 3-4 years inside fully. But yeah, moving a lot. So with the project or working, being in foreign countries, I'm not like 12 months in it. So it just gives me a nice place to be, and to have my little safe space without having to pay a rent. It makes me be very free and able to do a lot of things without working too much, which is pretty nice. When you work like this, your life a little bit stops for a little bit. Usually you're pretty far away from where you live or where you know people. So you just work with your team. It's really nice. You only work mainly with friends, really good people with who you share good things. It's a world full of freaks. Lovely freaks, but everybody's a bit crazy. Just working the whole day, doing concrete, prep work, or whatever it's needed. And yeah, if you got good weather or a good luck with the skate spots around, you just go skate after work. Then yeah, go home, have a couple of beers, have a nice dinner, and just get this on repeat for a couple of weeks till you have enough money. At least till the project's finished or something. Yeah, there is a lot about it. It's just mainly is to have a lot of freedom for sure. I think like you lose a little bit in comfort, but like you're always outside. You enjoy. I love to be outside and to just having a lot of free time for myself. Yeah, I could go back in an apartment, but the problem is that the apartment will stay at the same spot. I would need a couple of apartments. No, it's more about like staying in one spot. I think that now it's getting a bit difficult for me, more than anything. But I was thinking about it, and right now I'm still happy with the way I'm living. Welcome. Yeah, it is pretty small, but it works perfectly. I have like my little bed, all my working stuff, and everything I need under it. Little books, some clothing, pairs of shoes. I have like a nice heater for the winter. You have electricity and all this. Yeah, a little oven, a fridge. Yeah, chess game. Yeah, all the basics to live. It's really nice because also I drive so much that it's really nice to not have something too big. I really took my time to make the van, so I really made it in the way I am using things and the way I'm living. It's really practical to use. It's really small for sure, but yeah, the point of being in a van is to be outside. You have to love to be outside to do this. And in the winter, I'm just like putting the heater in. It's like 28 degrees inside, so it's really nice. I have a shower that works mainly for the summer, because like in winter time it's a bit tricky. But like when I'm here, we have our shower here that works, and otherwise it's like here and there in a different way. I also think showering every day is not a good thing. Came with the van. When I have an apartment, I shower every day. But yeah. No, the shower situation is the most tricky somehow, but you get used to it. This one is indestructible. Already fall from a bridge. Had some small accident and still works. Yeah, I went one time backwards and I was in the middle of a field and there was like a bridge, I don't know, like 150 or something like that. Completely went backward on it. I ended up like having the van like this. But somehow it's still rolling. It looks shit from the outside, but it's keep driving. Yeah, it's good road buddy. Those are pretty much, yeah, it's all the friends I meet like in the last years during all this. But this is like good family people. And here is the mama, because you always have to forget what the mama.
Truthfully about this good world and me, I want peace of mind, don't you see? I'm gonna get it, I know it's there somewhere for me. Gonna get love, I know that I will. Satisfaction gon' come until don't you fret now, I'll get love yet. Got this faith within me, just you wait a minute yet. Tell you truthfully about this good world and me. I want peace of mind, don't you see? I'm gonna get it, I know it's there somewhere for me. Gonna get love, I know that I will. Satisfaction gon' come until don't you fret, I get love yet. I got this faith within me, just you wait a minute yet.